Hello, 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 everybody. This is your boy, Lex Nell here. And welcome back to the Lex Factor Show, where I talk about pop culture from the 80s and 90s and animes from the 80s and 90s. And I have a special treat for y'all. Right here at the Lex Factor compound, it's these awesome people that I discovered on YouTube. They run I Dream of Indie. Please check out their channel. Please welcome Silentsigns and Old Gamer Joe.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, I'm Old Gamer Joe. No, just kidding. No. I'm Silentsigns.
So, how y'all doing this wonderful afternoon or evening?
Can't complain too much, actually. We've had nice weather here in New England recently. It's been warmer, and I mowed the lawn, which I got my exercise for the day, you know. I can't just always be playing video games.
Well, I mean, even while you're mowing the lawn, you're thinking about playing video games. Let's be honest. Yes. Yeah, we got to go to the grocery store today.
It was very exciting stuff.
It was very exciting.
Your day sounded far more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I mowed the lawn yesterday because it was growing because we had some rain and now it's just powerful hot here because it's Texas.
Yep.
I'm surprised your lawn grew at all in Texas.
Yeah. That sun is oppressive sometimes.
I know, right? And the water is impressive. I tell you. So.
Mm-hmm.
So before we start, just want to let you know that, and for all y'all watching and listening, I turned 40 on June the 1st. So I am 40. Yes, I'm old.
Wow.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah. What's it feel like to be 40? I'm very close, so I'm quickly coming up on you.
To be honest with you, you will feel the same for a while, and then all of a sudden you get more gray hair. Well, for me, I'm starting to look like Mr. Fantastic right now because I'm starting to grow gray right here. You know,
there's nothing wrong with gray. One could call you a silver fox then, which is not the worst thing you can be. So,
or well, and when one of my friends, one of my female friends says no, like you're not a silver fox, you're a silver sable. Get it? You know, the mercenary from Marvel Comics, Silver Sable.
That works too. Yeah.
Gotta tie comics into it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, let's have some fun, shall we? All right. So I'm gonna start off with question number 1. This is for both y'all. So,
okay.
Question number 1. What gave y'all the idea to start I Dream of Indie?
You want me to go first or you?
Well, I always answer this one, so you can answer this one this time.
Okay, well, actually, the reason I started the channel was actually my frustration with games media. I was kind of tired of not finding coverage that I connected with anymore, so I figured, what the hell, I'll try to do my own thing. I got sick of the same old videos, the same old games being talked about. Indie games weren't really a big part of YouTube up until the last few years. So that's really the basic story for me, actually. Silentsigns can probably tell a little bit more about the history, but it was just basically my frustration with games media.
Yeah, and it weirdly started as a podcast. It was just us doing audio in our basement and trying to talk about indie games that literally nobody was talking about at the time. I think just we were honored to receive codes for games, and we just wanted to bring visibility to those small titles. And from there, we decided, well, what if this was a video? Maybe it would be easier to reach people that way. And so for the longest time, Joe was like, we are absolutely not starting a YouTube channel. We're not going to make video reviews. That's not who we are. And I was like, but what if we just tried it? And so we tried it.
Yeah. So she's the brain and I'm the brawn.
Yeah, basically. Pretty much.
So yeah, we've always worked pretty well together, and sometimes I'll have a good idea. Wow, we're getting darker.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to fix that.
But sometimes I'll have a really good idea and she will let me know when I have a bad one, and we kind of balance each other out that way.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And I feel you right there, Joe. Like I just want to, yeah, you just tired of hearing all the same old stuff. But like there are other games out there. There's unique games out there in the indie world, because for me, my very first indie game that I found from Microids was called Black Sad Under the Skin. And that's a very good point and click adventure game. And yeah, it has some bugs in it, but it's not game crashing bugs,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, the thing that we love about indie games is that they are so creative and they're able to take risks that a lot of AAA games can't or won't take.
Yeah, I agree. And they're very safe. They're very predictable now. Yeah. And they don't really speak to me as much anymore as they did when I was younger, which is part of growing up. I understand a lot of AAA games aren't made for me anymore, it felt like. And yet indie games, they still have that connection because I grew up loving the NES, the SNES, 32-bit era. I loved. And indie games still harken back to that. So I have that connection with them as well. But I also really enjoy, one of my favorite things about the channel is helping people, actually. So I like giving people an opportunity to be able to showcase their games because they haven't had that for a long time in the indie space. So I'm very happy to be able to provide that for them.
Yeah, and you helped me, and you got me a fan of Rise of the Third Power. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah, and please, people, check out this game. And the story is amazing. It may be predictable, but it will throw you a curveball. Let me tell you. Shoot.
Yeah, and we were really fortunate. We actually had Evelyn, who is the creator of the game, on our channel. We had a really great conversation, and I got to know her better. And that was a lot of fun as well.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched that review, and I watched that video. Yeah, so I enjoyed it.
That's a lot of what I love about the channel. We make these connections. We make real lasting friendships with people. It brings people together, and that's what games media should be about, not tearing people apart. And a lot of hate and anger out there in games media. That was another frustration for me.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like, it just said that I lost some good friends because of WoW.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft.
Yeah. It seems silly, doesn't it, to lose a friend over something so trivial.
Yeah, they're supposed to bring us together, not divide us.
Yeah, and so question number 2. This is for old Gamer Joe. What is your personal favorite game soundtrack from any indie game or games from back in the day?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. It's an easy answer for me. Hotline Miami is one of my favorite indie games, and the soundtrack is absolutely bumping. I love every track on there. Yeah, you can see my poster in the back. Hotline Miami, very easy answer for me, but close in more recent times, as we just talked about, Rise of the Third Power. I love that soundtrack currently, but yeah, my answer would be Hotline Miami.
Cool. And same question for Silentsigns.
Oh, why is this so much harder for me than it is for you? I don't know if I can give you one answer, but I really love the Bastion soundtrack. That's one of my favorites for sure. But if I can toss it in there, Celeste as well, because I love that soundtrack so much. Really hard game, really great soundtrack. Sometimes I just pop it on in the background.
And you got to hear the songs a lot because
that's probably why I love it so much, because I heard it so many times trying to beat that game.
Yeah, and I'm there with you. Bastion is on my list, is on my phone right now. I always listen to it when I cut the grass.
It is a good lawn mowing song, isn't it?
That's funny. I've never once thought to put headphones on while mowing the lawn. That's a great idea. Yeah.
And to let y'all know, here's my other favorite video game soundtrack that I like to listen to, like when I'm cleaning or cutting the grass or just want to chill. Here you go.
That's a good choice too.
Yeah, really glad to see that game was finally able to get released again after a long time. I know that was something that was upsetting for the developer. They couldn't re-release that game, so it was nice to see that happen. Also, not quite as indie, but the Nier soundtrack. Yes, very good. So good.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I ordered the KO edition from Limited Run Games. Waited 14 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really keep you waiting. But was it worth it?
Is anything, 14 months is a long time for a video
Good
game.
things come to those who wait.
Yeah, but here's another question. This is for Silent Signs.
Oh.
What was your first experience of, like, what was your first indie game you played?
My first indie game. It had to have been, I'm super fuzzy on it, but it was either Binding of Isaac or Castle Crashers. I don't remember which one came out first, like timeline wise.
It was around that time though, right? 08 or so.
It was around that same time. Yeah. It had to have been one of those two games, but both are classics in my opinion.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was there during when Castle Crashers came out. Then I saw Binding of Isaac. My friend Jose was playing it, and I was like, this is one weird game. Like,
what is this? But it's so addicting.
Oh yes, it is addicting. And my wife Danielle, like, she could play that game just like that. Like,
that's amazing because I still struggle with it, and I've been playing it for 13 years now.
It's funny. We were actually talking to one of our staff members, Literary Rose, recently. That's her most played game on her Steam list. She has over 1,000 hours playing that game. So
wow.
I didn't play it that much. I like the game, but I don't think I've ever cracked 1,000 hours in a single game in my life.
It's tough to do. That takes a lot of devotion.
Yeah,
it does. And same question to you, Joe.
Okay, so you want to know the first one I ever played?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it would be in that same timeline. I think it would, because we've been together for so long. I think it was probably around that Hotline Miami time.
Yeah,
Castle Crashers, when they were really starting to go on the rise. Super Meat Boy was another big one.
That's true. Yeah,
very early on. So yeah, we're like, when the indie games really started to kick off on the Xbox 360, the summer of arcade and all that. I don't know if you remember all that stuff, but that's when we started to jump in more.
I have this very distinct memory of the two of us in an old apartment we had, where we had a bathroom that had a porch, which
seems weird.
Is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in an apartment. But we had that, and there was no air conditioning in it. It was upstairs, so it got super hot in the summer. But we set up a computer in there for some reason, which was probably a really bad idea. And Joe had just Steam on that computer, and all we did was play
Steam from the shower too.
Indie games. Yeah, Steam from the shower and on the computer. On this air conditioning-less porch, which actually had no electricity in it. We had to run
an extension
cord from the bathroom.
I'll never forget the heat.
The porch.
I've lived in Texas too. It's very hot there, but that was the hottest I think I ever was.
But yeah, you were playing Hotline Miami in there ad nauseum, and I was playing Binding of Isaac when you weren't playing that.
Cool.
The good old days.
You want to know what's the weirdest bathroom? Well, have you ever seen a bathroom that has a bathtub and it has 2 doors on each side?
Interesting. It's almost like a fun house or something.
Yeah.
Can't say I've seen that.
Yeah, and my first indie game was Dust: An Elysian Tale. Man, that game.
That was one of those early summer of arcade ones too.
Yep.
Yeah, let me tell you, that game is so beautiful. It made my eyes like, wow.
I can remember that art style very clearly. It inspired a lot of games too after that.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. And all right, on to the next question for both of y'all. What are y'all fondest moments of going to a convention? Like, it could be any convention. Like, what is y'all fondest moments?
Well, it's been a while actually since we've gone to any, and we just got to go back this year, which was pretty exciting. We got to go to PAX East, and that was our return after 2 years with the pandemic and everything. So I would say that was really nerve-wracking, but kind of exciting and memorable at the same time. I don't know if you agree, Silent Signs.
I'm not really a fan of a lot of conventions. It's very, it's a lot of people for me. I don't love big crowds of people, but some of my fond memories would be definitely meeting a lot of the developers we got to meet this year, which was really exciting, and being able to put a face to the name that I see on my emails a lot. Also, I got water from the lady at the
Oh yeah, the tiny build
the
tent.
tiny build tent, which she probably saved my life because I think I was very dehydrated. So that was a fun memory. But then going back to when we used to live in Texas, we went to Classic Game Fest, which was in Houston.
Yeah, that's where we met Billy Mitchell.
And we met Billy Mitchell, and that was wild.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So that was definitely up there.
The King of Kong.
Yes.
Yeah. When I went to Classic Game Fest, it was in Austin.
Oh, interesting. So they've changed locations.
Moved it, yeah.
Yeah. And I went to Retropalooza, the one in Arlington. It's 30 miles from where we at right now. And we went to Retropalooza Houston. Oh, that was a drive.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, was it another one that we met Billy Mitchell? Was that the pinball one?
You might be right, but I think you were right the first time.
Our memory is really fuzzy, as you can tell. But
and then there's one other that comes to mind too. I went to MagFest. I don't know what year that was. It was about 8 years ago.
That was 2012.
Yeah,
or 2013.
Ended up getting locked out of the room of my friend's hotel room, so I wandered the halls that entire night, and I think I ended up sleeping inside of a Cruisin' USA arcade cabinet or something until the morning came.
Oh dear.
That was interesting.
Sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does. and I have a lot of fond memories of conventions I went to, but I don't want to bore y'all.
It's a whole other episode. We could go down that.
Yeah,
I know. But to let y'all know, yes, I met Billy Mitchell at Retropalooza in Arlington in 2019.
Okay. Yeah. Fairly recently then.
He is very tall.
Yes, he is.
He was taller than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost the same height as him. So
okay, see, I can never get really a good perspective on someone's height from seeing them on the internet.
Yeah, so, it's hard to tell.
Well, just to let you know, if you ever see me in public, I'm 6'1".
Okay. All right.
You will tower over me.
All right. So if we ever go to a concert together, you got to stand behind me.
Yeah.
So you don't block the view.
Okay.
I'm short.
No, I could. Oh, my friend Michelle, she's 4'5", and yeah, I'd be her bodyguard.
Yeah.
It must be tough for the two of you to go to a concert together because one of you has to kind of stand way up front, and the other one probably needs to stand further.
Maybe do the old shoulder thing.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Yeah, no, I would do that. If she asked me. And my sister, she's 5'5".
See, I'm 5'7", so I'm short, but I'm not like super short.
Yeah. And what else? Here's a good question. So I know my friends always they saw your video when y'all at PAX East. Was it?
Yeah, that was just a few months ago.
They wanted to ask me this question. So they wanted to know how was the feel of Shredder's Revenge for you? How was
good.
Okay,
it's so good. I'm so excited to play it again.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. We got to go behind like the stage for that one.
Yes.
They like open up this door and they're like, come in. And it's kind of scary. And you're like, what's going to happen to me in there? But then you just get to play Shredder's Revenge.
Everyone's really cool. And you got just this tiny HD TV with Shredder's Revenge hooked up with 4 controllers. And it feels great. It feels exactly like you would want a classic arcade brawler to feel, but it doesn't feel old either. It feels fresh. And
I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm 99.9% sure you're going to love it.
I believe you played as Splinter, right?
Yeah, and you can also play as April O'Neil, which is cool.
Yeah, it sounds great, looks great. Very excited for it.
Yeah,
I think you're going to be very pleased.
Yeah, and I saw you play this one game where it's a side-scrolling action RPG. I forgot the name of it, but I saw y'all talk about it on your Discord.
Side-scrolling action RPG.
Oh man, we played so many games. I'm trying to think.
Something Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Uden Chronicle. Yeah, there is actually a full review of that up now on the channel.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, should I get this? Because I really do like action RPGs, and I know I watched that video and I was like, but I'm just trying to tell myself like, just save your money because you're going to the convention soon.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
plus
that's
there's the actual like
the Uden Chronicle, the full game is coming out soon. So this is kind of a companion piece for that. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, you should check out the review, and you can always wait for a sale, you know, if you don't want to
this is true.
Oh yeah,
full price right away.
I wonder if they'll do a bundle with that one and the
I would assume so, yeah.
Or something with some sort of deal.
Yeah,
so maybe worth waiting.
They did just announce a Switch version for Uden Chronicle 100 Heroes. So
yeah. I have 2 Switches. I have the Switch Lite and the original Switch.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually only have the original still, so I hope it doesn't die. It's been good to us.
I'm really amused by the fact that Legend of the Star, who does our streams on this channel, calls the Switch Lite the Slice.
Yeah, I like that.
I really like that,
yeah.
And now I've started calling it that.
Nintendo should call their next system the Slice.
Yeah,
I think that would be great.
So, and all right, here is my personal question. I wanted to ask y'all. How's yeah, y'all started this in y'all basement, but how does it feel to have more people a part of the I Dream of India crew? How does it feel?
So do you mean staff members or actual people watching?
Yeah, I mean your staff. Yeah.
Staff. So that's been quite the roller coaster, I would say. It's been really cool getting to know different people and just people that have wanted to volunteer their time. It means a lot to us that they're willing to put in the work, the effort, everything that goes into, because a misconception is, well, you just get a free video game. It's easy, but it's actually very challenging to do reviews. We've had a lot of people, unfortunately, walk away because it's very difficult work, but we've built a lot of lasting friendships through our staff members. And it's brought us almost to be like a family in a lot of ways. You know, I don't hang out with too many friends on my own time anymore, but when I'm in the Discord, I feel like that's kind of my second family now.
Yeah, for me, meeting the people that we now do reviews with, or the folks that have streamed with us, it's been my favorite part of doing this channel in general. The games are, great. That's a great perk. But meeting people who have a similar passion for indie games, or just, all of the people that hang out in our Discord, even yourself included, it's really been my favorite part, is meeting people, like-minded people, the really cool people that share their lives with us. And I think I couldn't replicate this if I tried. Yeah,
it takes a lot to, build a trust with people where they'll actually share their personal lives with you. I was always a closed book for a lot of my life, and it's been great to open up with, people like you and have really awesome conversations and just fun. I look forward to it every day. And, you get your haters on the channel like anything with YouTube, but the good people far outweigh the bad on I Dream of India.
And honestly,
which is great.
Sometimes it's fun to laugh at people who are so negative about everything. Sure. And it's like, I don't mean anybody in our Discord. I mean, like the people who are just mad for the sake of being mad in the comment section. It's like, go outside, get some fresh air. It's going to be okay. It's just a video game,
Yeah, I know. I get that a lot too when I do my reviews. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry that I don't do AAA games. I just want to review some indie games and games that I personally like. Like I like to play games from the indie world and single A and double A games.
You're just doing you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh my goodness. Well, everybody, ever since I made that not safe for work content, everybody said, please make more. I'm like, should I? Should I?
Well, there's the people have spoken. So
if you're doing something people like, then you're onto something.
Yeah.
Right?
I know, but still.
But you got to make sure you enjoy it.
I was going to say, as long as you're having fun too. That's part of it.
I enjoy it, but it's just like you just got to find the one that really speaks to you.
Sure.
Yeah, they do a lot of speaking, I'll tell you. Trust me, I've been there.
Oh yeah. So, and what else? Oh yeah. Oh, Gamer Joe, please tell everybody no. Please let everybody, all my factoids out there, there's a question for all y'all. Since I answer y'all questions on the I Dream of India weekly show, please tell me what is the one thing that annoys you from a video game, from crashing to microtransactions. What makes you like
It's actually a very easy answer for me. It's when I can't make progress in a game. I get extremely agitated. It all builds up inside me. I hate not getting to a new scene in a game. I hate being stuck, which is why the roguelike genre doesn't really always go over well with me, because it's a lot of repetition of the same place over and over again. That drives me nuts. Something in my head needs to see new information.
Progress.
Very hard to make a video when you have just the same progress over and over again. Very hard to do a review that way.
The other thing for you, I will say, would be if you lose progress, like if a game crashes and you
nobody
didn't have
likes
a save,
that,
or wasted time is your thing that you don't
wasted
like.
time. That's a good way to sum it up. Don't like wasting time, because time is precious, as you know.
Yeah, and same question to you, Silent.
I'm a little bit more patient, I would say. Not a lot kind of ruffles my feathers when it comes to games. What bothers me?
I would say you get agitated with farming stuff.
Yeah. That's true. I don't like games that feel like work. So any kind of simulators, like game simulators where like you feel like you're supposed to be doing a job. Like I could do this at work. Like I don't want to be working while I'm playing a game.
The irony is a lot of people play those games to relax.
I know. I don't get it. What?
And I like those games.
You're doing a job.
I differ from you there, where I enjoy some farming sim things like that.
So yeah, Silent, you might want to stay away from papers, please.
Yeah, so I've heard, but I did like
Death and
Taxes, which was kind of like a job, but I feel like that one was so humorous that it was okay. But if I was just like filing papers, I think
that might not be for you.
No. I do that enough during the work week.
Yeah. And what do y'all miss from when you get a brand new a sealed game? Do y'all miss when you open it, there's an instruction book? Do y'all miss those days? you know,
very much.
I reflect on that a lot, actually. Instruction books were something I used to try to collect. I had a rubber band around like booklets of I just loved reading them. But times change, things change. I've come to accept that I'm not much of a physical collector anymore, unfortunately. We're pretty low on space here at the house. But I definitely missed that. I missed the smell of a new game too.
One of my favorite things was when you would get a new game and you would like be in the car on the way home and you could like read the box and like, I would read the same box and the same instruction booklets like 20 times just waiting to get home and play the game. I miss that.
Well, the nice thing about that too is you kind of had an understanding of how to play the game before you started.
Bold of you to assume I comprehended any of that on the way home.
But instruction booklets for me are very special.
Oh,
and I would say, to go a step further, I really miss the print magazines a lot too. Those were a huge part of my childhood.
And demo discs.
Yeah. Demo discs. PlayStation Magazine was great. EGM, Game Fan, all that stuff.
We were just recently talking about, I think it was it Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut had the demo discs that you would get with, I don't know if you ordered a certain type of pizza or something.
Yeah.
And some of those games on those demo discs became like my favorite games of all time.
I miss a lot of those fun tie-ins from restaurant chains and stuff like that. Or, I get nostalgic even from time to time when McDonald's will do even Mario Kart to this day. I think that's really cool. So it keeps that spirit alive a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I miss reading Game Pro magazines. I used to get different issues of Game Pro.
Oh yeah. So when they would get like the 5, it would be like outstanding, and the guy would have his hair spiked up like this. It was great. And they used to have a lot of fun in games media, and that's kind of something we try to bring back at I Dream of Indie in our narrations. They're very spirited, they're very fun, and they're entertaining. And I think we lost our way a little bit as games media as the years went on. It got very dry, very stale, and not quite as fun. So that's something that we'd like to bring back a little more.
Oh, maybe I should bring that back. Like
you're a pretty fun person.
Yeah, so I think you have fun with what you do.
Like I was gonna say, like maybe like at the end of the video, here is my rating for this game.
Just gel your hair all the way up.
I like that more than just a 7.0 or something like that. That's very nice.
I rate this game Melon Mountain Dew out of 10.
Yeah, right. What does that mean?
It's a cool rating system. Just the expression of your face, and people can figure it out. Yeah, I like that.
and this is why I'm glad to be a part of the I Dream of India Discord because you two give me a lot of good ideas. Like, like what should I do? Y'all talk about this. Like, what I do? Should I do this?
I firmly believe that you should follow any what if that comes across your mind, because if you don't explore it, you'll never know if that's going to work for you or not. So you got to give it a try.
Yeah. No, I like to go out and give a chance because it's thanks to you, Silentsigns, and I can't pronounce her name. She does the Friday streams.
Oh, Legend of the Star.
Yeah, Legend. Y'all two gave me the idea to make that content.
I mean, you can't go by Lex and not try Sexy Lexi. It's just you gotta try.
Yeah. Well, and since I got some wall strip lighting, maybe I can start every review with a red light. Like
there you go.
Now you're thinking. That's $100 million idea right there.
See?
Yeah. So, and here's another question. So, what is the what are excuse me? What are your pros? What is your pros and cons for running your Discord? Like sometimes like you do like to chat with people, and some days you just can't because of the outside world gets to you. Like
yeah, I would say that the biggest pro is obviously getting the great conversations with everyone. It makes my workday go by much faster. I'm able to kill a lot of clock through the Discord and have a lot of fun conversations and learn about people too, which is something you'll notice in there. I ask all kinds of ridiculous questions because I like learning and it's just fun to have fun. The cons are that I sometimes feel like I don't do enough in there certain days to keep things going, but everyone needs a break from electronics and I can't be fully engaged with it nonstop. And I guess that's another con too, is maybe getting a little bit addicted to the Discord. But how about you, Silentsigns?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely my favorite part about running the channel is, like I said, getting to know everybody that's become a little member of our community, like yourself. And I think it also becomes part of our job because that's where we do a lot of our coordinating.
Yeah.
Is in the Discord. So sometimes it's like, oh man, do I need to take time to disconnect for a little while? Not that I don't want to talk to you all, but do I need to take time to not be working?
Yeah.
It's harder to draw that line between relaxation time and work time when it's all kind of rolled up into one.
Yes.
So,
what members don't see is we have all these hidden staff sections too, where we organize our schedule.
It's a lot.
And we keep track of everything that way too. So it's very handy. I love Discord, actually. It's my favorite messaging app to use. Far superior than some of the older ones like Facebook Message.
But just like anything else on the internet, it's, you got to take that time for yourself outside of the internet world too.
That's great. And I love the ability to vent because sometimes I got something on my chest and people will listen to it there. So I like that.
Especially me. My friends and my wife Danielle, she loved the idea when I said this, like on your Discord, like good evening, and here is the first annual I Dream of India Awards. I'm your announcer, Ed Bisbee.
That's the kind of fun I'm talking about. We need more of that.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Like when Danielle got a kick of when I did the announcement, like, and here they are. Here's Silentsigns and old Gamer Joe.
I'm ready.
Well, now I don't know if Danielle is a Discord fan or not, but she's more than welcome in the channel anytime. Free admission for seeing she's so close to you.
Well, she would, but she has to work. So
okay, yeah.
But it's all good. We get it. Trust me.
But here is a question from Danielle to Silentsigns. Where you get those frames from? Zenny Optical. It's a website and they're really cheap and they're really fun because where else can you find heart glasses? And yes, they are prescription because people ask me that all the time.
They get a lot of compliments too. They draw a lot of attention.
Yeah. Zenny Optical. I think these were like $19.
Oh, nice.
With the prescription frames. So.
That's the trick. You get the prescription and then you just go and do your own
thing.
thing.
You go to your eye doctor and you get your prescription and then you just put it into the website, but you didn't hear it from me because if you go blind because of me, it's not my fault. And I'm so sorry.
I go to color contacts and for my cosplays, and yeah, there are contacts that'll make your eyes look all pure white. But the downside,
Oh, yes, like the whole Undertaker
I'd be
effect.
scared. I'm so scared to put stuff in my eyes. I don't know if I could do
I
it.
tried contacts once. It didn't work out so well. For
No.
me, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say like. Yeah, it'll make your eyes all white like the Undertaker and some superheroes, but the downside is you can barely see anything. That's the thing.
Yeah. I've seen people do all sorts of things, like have cat eyes and all kinds of cool stuff. So.
Yeah, I freaked out my mom when I had my blue contact lenses for my Blue Lantern cosplay. She was like,
If you can't elicit that reaction from your mom, then you're not doing the cosplay right.
no, she did never expect my eyes to be blue, like it's the blue contact lenses. But I love my mom, and she made me the guy who I am today, and I'm happy that she made me who I am.
Well, thank you, Mama Lex.
Yes,
wherever you are out
absolutely.
there.
Yes.
Oh, she's at home. She had a foot surgery because there was some. Okay, I'm going to leave out all the details. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just going to say this: it involved her foot.
Okay.
Well, I hope she feels better soon.
Oh, she does. She was walking, and it's just that she just can't stand for a period of time, a certain period of time. That's all.
Yeah.
So yeah, and last but not least, this is a question for both of y'all, but I'll let old Gamer Joe answer this. So
I shall try.
what do you like to do when you're not doing game reviews and on the Discord? What do you like to do on your downtimes when you get off from work and not? Yeah, what do you like to do on your downtime?
One of my favorite things in the world to do is actually eat food. I love getting home and just eating a big plate of whatever. I love pizza. I love indulging a little bit from time to time. I do about 15,000 to 16,000 steps a night at work, which is about the normal range a human should do, I guess. But
yeah,
a lot of people don't even realize they don't get that much. And it takes a whole day of walking around the school. And I just look forward to eating something delicious. I'm tired. And that's something I really like. Food. I like going out to restaurants when I can. It's actually just a very simple person. Outside of video games, they've been the biggest part of my life, really, for the longest time as far as hobbies go. I love eating. I love food.
Yeah. And same question to you, Silentsigns.
I also love food. Going out to eat is always fun. I love going for walks and hikes. I love being outside in nature, and I don't walk for work all day. So I like getting some physical activity in. I do kickboxing and yoga and all that fun stuff. And then just spending time with family, because sometimes it's really nice to not be looking at a screen.
Yeah.
So getting out there and doing something in nature with family, getting some food, those are definitely my favorite things.
Yeah, that's cool. And for me, my favorite downtime is like just sitting down and get my favorite beverage. It could be from water to Player One coffee. You should try out their coffee and just read some of my favorite comics and graphic novels. And just let y'all know, like, do y'all like Japanese role-playing games?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Let's see. Well, I'm excited.
I advise you all, go to bitmapbooks.com and pick this up.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, did you get sponsored?
No, I bought this. Like this book is called A Guide to Japanese Role-Playing Games. It talks about all the Japanese role-playing games from the 80s to today.
That's actually fantastic. I would love to get my hands on
I love
the
art on it too. That's
because
awesome.
I go all the way back to Dragon Warrior. That was my first RPG. So that book to cover that far back is really neat.
Yeah. It covers up that game too. And the reason why I like this cover because of this guy right here in the middle.
Yeah,
it's Adol from Ease.
Yes, fantastic series actually.
Yep.
The only issue I have these days with RPGs is they're tough to review because they're a lot of hours.
So we have to ask you a question then. What is your favorite JRPG?
I just said it to y'all.
Okay.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah. Easy.
Good
Any
choice.
particular one in the series, or you just like the series in general?
Oh, my personal favorite one is like right.
Oh,
Nice. That's a great choice.
Yep.
But it's an awesome long-running series. I love Team Falcom. I love the soundtracks too. And I think, I get a lot of flack for this, but I think it's been more consistent over the years than the Zelda series myself. So I've always kind of been able to trust in the Ys games being great, whereas the Zelda games can not be what I'm looking for from time to time.
There are three Zelda games that I like. It's yes, I know I get a lot of flack for this one. I like Zelda 2. Yes,
A lot of people actually like the game.
Yeah, I like Ocarina of Time because I just love the soundtrack from it, and Link to the Past because I just like top-down games.
Yeah, no, it's a good mention. Link to the Past is actually one of my favorite games ever. So,
and can you believe I found my copy? It's a loose copy. I found it for like $9 at a excuse me, at a retro get together.
That's actually great.
That's
I can remember, wasn't that long ago, I had a boxed copy of it. I believe I sold it for like $90 or $100. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeesh.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. Did y'all have fun?
Had a great time.
Yeah, looking forward to hopefully you'll have us back sometime and we can chat more, maybe about some of your comics that you enjoy. I see in the background there you have Spawn and some other cool stuff that I'm interested in. So one of these days we'll have to come back.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, I was gonna say before I go, I was gonna say on the background that's that's Spawn, Venom, and on the top it's Megatron and Soundwave. I got those for at Anime Fest. The artist is awesome because he did an amazing job. So yeah, let y'all know, please go to YouTube and follow and subscribe to I Dream of Indie because their staff are amazing and I just love their reviews, and especially I just love when they talk about one of my favorite games like oh, they're talking about Lamplight City. I was like, oh, I already got that game, but I like their review of it. Well,
I'm glad you enjoy the content. We can't make it without people like you. So we really appreciate you. And thanks for sharing our message here on your channel. That's really great.
Oh, and don't worry, this video will be up tomorrow tomorrow afternoon. So I'll let y'all know.
All right. Let us know and we'll be happy to share it around.
Oh, cool. And we just let me know when y'all want to come back because if y'all like 80s and 90s cartoons, please come back because I have plenty I want to talk about.
Absolutely.
We'll come back and we'll talk about gargoyles with you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And one of these nights we'll set up a cartoon showing in the Discord. We can all watch some 80s, 90s cartoons together. That'd be great.
Did you say gargoyles?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so once again, thank you, old Gamer Joe and Silentsigns for stopping by. And once again, Factoids, please check out their channel. The link will be below. So once again, this is your boy, Lex Noel signing out. Thank you, and keep on gaming. And keep on doing you because we love you.